Welcome to my channel. My name is Buddha Taiwo, and it's such a pleasure to have you here with me today. Now, earlier on, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, I gave a talk at a management retreat, at a company's management retreat on this thing of leading self and leading others. But before I go into that, can we just take a moment and just admire my nails? Yeah. Because life is not serious all the time, right? Let's loosen up and laugh, and I hope it brings you as much joy as it brings to me. I really love the color. I went for something quite bright today, and yeah, I'm quite excited to have this on to bring me joy on during long meetings and days that are going a bit funny. Anyway, today we're speaking all about leading self. And I just wanted to leave you with this idea or share with you this idea that it all starts with you. You cannot truly be a leader of others unless you have learned to lead yourself. And there are a few quotes I want to share with you because I found them quite helpful. Now, one of the quotes says that mastering others is a strength, and mastering yourself is true power. When you learn how to master others, that's a strength. When you learn how to lead others, that's a strength. But when you learn how to master and lead yourself, that indeed is true power. Another quote that I like says, every true leader first needs to know and understand how to master and lead themselves. This one is just so powerful as well. And when we think about mastering and leading ourselves, there are two major things that we need to think about. The first is what I call the inner game, and the second is the outer game. Now, the inner game is all about your mindset. It's about everything that's going on the inside of you. And then your outer game is primarily about action and how you now put into action all the things that are going on the inside. And today, I think I really wanted to speak more about the inner game because, as we all know, it's what happens on the inside of us that dictates and equates what we see on the outside. So we're not just living, doing actions on the surface of things, but when we truly want to see a change, either in how we lead others or in how we lead ourselves, we first need to check what thoughts are going through our minds, what's our belief systems on certain things, what's happening on the inside of us. Now, there are four major things I want you to remember. The first is intention. The second is awareness. The third is confidence. And the fourth is belief. And what does this mean? First off is intention. Listen. Everything that you do starts off with the intention behind why you do what you do. My question to you today is, what is your personal why? What is your personal vision? Why do you do what you do? Why are you working where you're working? Why are you running the business that you're running? Why are you, dating the guy that you're dating? What is your why? Why do you attend the church or the mosque that you attend? Why are you friends with certain people? What is your why? What's the guiding principle that runs through everything in your life? What's that strong, pulsating why? To truly master yourself, to truly lead yourself, you have to have a compelling enough reason. You have to have a compelling enough why. So that's why the very first thing we think about is this thing of intention, your why and your vision. And then the next thing that we sort of dovetail into, after we think of intention, is this thing around awareness. I remember I spoke to awareness earlier on, and I'm just going to sort of lean into this now. I said there were four things. The first was intention. Then I said there was awareness, confidence, and belief. Now, it's not just a general awareness I want you to think about. I want you to think about self-awareness. And my question to you is, do you truly know yourself? I don't know how many of us have worked with people or had people lead us that had no clue what they were doing, had no idea about where they excelled, no idea about their blind spots, no idea about, no idea about anything. And we don't want to be those type of leaders. So I want you to go on a fact-finding mission to gain a PhD in the study of you. Know yourself. Know your values. Know your blind spots. Understand your personality. So I am 88% melancholic and 12% phlegmatic. I did another personality test that told me the color energies, and there are 4 color energies. There's sunshine yellow, there's fiery red, there's cool blue, and there's earth green. Now my natural color energies happen to be cool blue and earth green. However, the color energy I project the most is sunshine yellow. And what did this mean? It meant that while, I could be out there and I could be social and I could do all these things I was doing, there was just some time I wanted to be away from the world. And I thought this was me being antisocial. I thought this was me, maybe sulking. I thought this was me just being funny. But it wasn't. It was simply me finding a system whereby I needed to recharge before I went back out again into the world. And if you know that, if I'm that kind of boss, then there's sometimes, and it's also not even just if I'm that type of boss, even in relationships, work relationships I have with other people, I hate micromanagement. I don't want you to be constantly over my shoulder, trying to make me see what your point is. No, I hate endless meetings. I just don't find them the most productive. Let me know your expectation, go away, leave me to deliver it, and that's when you get the best out of me. I'm realizing it more and more because I'm understanding and really aware of myself. So are you aware of yourself and aware of what makes you tick, what makes you thrive, what makes you happy, and what makes you sad, what makes you irritated? That's number 1. Self-awareness is key for every leader of self. The second thing is this thing of self-confidence. Now, sometimes when we do this self-awareness exercise, we see all the ways and all the areas where we can improve and we can become better. And that's great. But there are also areas that you are amazing in. There's also areas that you have capacity. There are areas in your life now that are your strengths. We can wake you up at midnight and immediately you will move into execution mode with that thing because that is what makes you so powerful. That's what gives you self-confidence. So know your capacity. Know and celebrate your strengths. Know what you're good at, what you're naturally good at. Embrace it. Have your significance, your little celebration sheet, right? It can be an Excel sheet, it can be a journal where you write down all the great stuff you've achieved. And periodically, go back and look there. You're doing great. You actually are. Everything is not bad. Some of us are great wives. Some of us are great moms. Some of us know how to cook really well. Some of us are great career people, great professionals. Some of us are great encouragers. Some of us are amazing friends. Some of us are great in our spirituality. Some of us are just great human beings. Some of us are kind. What is your thing? Know your capacity and know your strengths. And the third, which is something I want to see especially women build more, is this thing of self-efficacy. And essentially what that means is I want you to believe that you can handle anything and everything that comes your way. It's something you're going to grow in. You grow in the gift of it. You're developing faith in your abilities and in your skills. Believe you can handle anything that comes your way. There's no challenge that's too big. There's nothing you cannot learn. I want you to really believe that, to really sit in that, to really acknowledge that and be like, yes, I can do literally all things. I can do all things. I want you to truly, truly believe this. And then what happens when you get this inner part right? It affects your outer part. It affects your influence. And what's influence? Influence is really the result of intentional action. it affects the impact that you have. And what is impact? It's how your intention and how your influence are measured in the real world. So if you're wondering, I'm not as influential as I want, am I making as much impact? Before you start putting things in place and doing all of these things, let's do the inner work first. And one of the ways you can get to doing the inner work, one of the ways we can really sit to understand, who am I as a person? What is my personal brand? How do I want to project myself to the world? How do I want to be perceived? One of the ways you can really do all of these things is by signing up to my personal branding and styling workshop. It's coming up on the 20th of February 2022, and I think it's going to be a really amazing time. It's a whole masterclass. We're going to go in depth. Earlier last week, I gave a session, a mini session to the women who are signed onto the Esther curriculum. And we went through it, and the feedback I've been receiving is phenomenal. Women are saying, wow, I never saw this personal branding thing this way. Wow, I never knew, I would never have imagined how to begin. It's just been so amazing and so humbling getting that feedback through from the women. Now, I want to offer it to the my general friends, my following, my family, my loved ones, my social media family. I'm inviting you. It's personal branding like you haven't heard it before. It's personal branding and styling for the refined lady. I want you to show up as your most elegant self, your most sophisticated and cultured self. I want you to understand what that means in a way that is authentic to you, and to create an action plan that helps you walk in this persona every single day. You can reinvent yourself if you like. You can design the type of life and the type of persona that you truly, truly want. Let me help you. Let me walk that journey with you. I am more than excited to do it. I'm more than qualified to do it. It's what I live, it's what I breathe, it's what I love. So let me help you. Sign up. I'm going to put the link in the description box of this video. Invite your friends, invite your family. Let's do this together. It's going to be absolutely, absolutely phenomenal. And I cannot wait to see you in class. Have an amazing day. Have a great weekend ahead. And until next time, stay safe and remain beautiful. Take care.